Hi guys, welcome to today's video. This video is the start of a series which I'm doing because it's Lupus Awareness Month, which you may or may not know. So the whole point of this series is to make videos which might help people to know more about lupus, or well, to help people in certain ways, because I'm also planning for a video where you can deal with joint pain because that's what affects me. So yeah, here goes. So, even though I've mentioned in a few previous videos that I do have lupus, I don't know if you have watched it. So yeah, I have lupus, and so I thought that it would make sense to make like the first video which is about like explaining lupus or the stats about it. So let's begin. So lupus is an autoimmune disorder. For those of you who do not know what an autoimmune condition is, it's basically when the cells of your body start attacking themselves. So your immune system is actually supposed to fight off any sort of foreign particles or stuff like that, like any sort of disease causing microorganisms. Those are supposed to be attacked by your immune system to ensure that you don't get sick. But instead, when you have an autoimmune, your body starts to attack itself. I mean, it's not like your body will not defend itself if there's like foreign organisms, but it also attacks itself. And oftentimes, if your immunity is severely bad, then there are chances that it will not defend you against any sort of disease causing organisms. So lupus is one of the autoimmune diseases, and it's quite common. However, like a lot of autoimmune diseases, there is no cause that has been defined for it. Like, even though there's a lot of research going on about it, no one really knows what causes lupus. There are theories that say that it's because of, well, harmful sun rays. There are theories that say that it's because of some sort of food that triggers your immunity to act in a certain way, and then you just get lupus. But no one knows it for sure. Then the next thing is that it has no cure yet. So, well, I mean, next time you see someone who says they have lupus and maybe you're just like, oh, but you look fine. Well, maybe they're not fine because they have to take a lot of medicines every now and then, or if you're like me, every day. So, I mean, you're just gonna make someone feel worse by saying, like, by invalidating how they feel. A lot of research is going on about what causes lupus and what can cure it, but there is still no particular answer to it yet. So that's something you should know. So when you meet someone who has lupus, know that they do not know how it happened and they do not know what will fix it. Right now we have medicines that will just sort of hang you in there, I guess, because like you'll be in a stable condition, it just won't be fully cured. Although there are cases where people have sort of fixed it for a while, like it's a remission period sort of thing, where because you haven't really shown any sort of like progress of the illness for a while and you've been stable for a while, you are off the meds, but then I don't think that has like gone forever for anyone, that it's fully fixed. 90% of people who have lupus are women between the ages of like 19 to 45-50, and there are actually 4 types of lupus. The most common is SLE, which I also have, which is systemic, I don't know how to pronounce it, systemic erythematosus lupus, then which affects a lot of different parts of your body. I mean, it's always obviously selective, like oftentimes it can attack multiple or sometimes even one. For me it's joints, and I also have another condition which is caused by the lupus, which also attacks my blood, so there is that. Then there is discoid lupus, which basically attacks the skin, gives you rashes. Then another form of lupus actually is caused due to some sort of medication, but it is said to just go once your medication course is over. And there is neonatal lupus, which is a very rare form of lupus, which a newborn child might get if the mother has lupus. The current treatment options include suppressants, because your immunity is overactive, that's why it's acting up and attacking yourself. So you want to prevent that, that's why doctors usually recommend immunosuppressants for the same. However, once the case gets a little worse, well, hopefully not for people, but if it does get a little worse, then the options are chemotherapy. For a lot of people with lupus, kidney failure is a possibility that they always have to fear. It's said that 2/3 of the people that have lupus do get affected by kidney failure, and in cases like that, kidney transplant is what becomes an option, or even dialysis until it gets progressively worse, and then the answer is kidney failure. The American Disabilities Act actually recognizes lupus and patients as people who can actually take advantages of the act, and sort of identifies them as having a disability, which is actually justified given that, like I said, 2/3 of the population does suffer with kidney failure. Then there are people like me, and I know others, who have joint pains, and you might even have blood issues causing you to faint or have dehydration and many sort of complications. So honestly, it's not really a privilege as much as a right to have it, especially given that you don't really know what caused your illness and how you just got it, and you don't even know how to fix it permanently. You can just keep it stable. So yeah, that's it for this video, guys. I know it wasn't too long, but I hope you have like a decent amount of information about lupus, and I'm gonna put the link to donate to the organization below in the description. So if you can, please donate, because it will help with more research about lupus, and hopefully someday you can find a fix for the same, find a cure, find a cause at least, if nothing, and it will help a lot of the population. So yeah, thank you.